The Stripes McGraw Podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to the one and only Stripes McGraw Podcast. I'm your host, Stripes McGraw, and with me, as per usual, is my co-host, Reginald Factor. What's up, Reg?
Hi Stripes, how's it going?
Great. I'm excited for today's guest. This is a guest who we have tried really hard to get on the show, and we're thrilled that he's here with us today.
You may not know his name, but I think you'll recognize his face.
Let's bring our guest in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the person, dare I say, the Screamer, featured in the famous painting The Scream by Edvard Munch. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Stripes.
Should I just call you the Screamer?
Sure, I'll accept the Screamer.
But what is your real name?
Justin.
Justin. Great. Great to have you here.
So excited to be here. I love the podcast.
So, Justin, I look at you, and I look at the painting, and I say, sure, there's a resemblance, but, you know.
Well, I think we can all agree that Edvard Munch was not a great painter.
Well, that's interesting to hear you say that. Who in your mind was a great painter?
Oh, easy. Norman Rockwell.
Really? Norman Rockwell. Okay. Who else? Any others?
Nope.
What about, say, Claude Monet?
No.
Vincent van Gogh?
Ugh.
Edgar Degas? Peter Paul Rubens? Michelangelo?
No. Definitely no.
So it's just Norman Rockwell for you?
Let's just say I've had many sleepless nights where I just lay awake and asked myself, why Munch and why not Rockwell? I would have died to be on the cover of the Saturday Evening Post.
Some would say, though, that The Scream is an iconic painting.
But think about it. It's more about me, I think, as an iconic person, than about the painting itself. And I'm not trying to be cocky. I think people would have better understood the painting if it had been painted by a more, let's just say, proficient artist.
What do you mean?
I mean,
The painting is called The Scream, but I wasn't even actually screaming.
Really?
no. Let me tell you what happened. Edward was like, guess what? Justin Timberlake is coming to Oslo for a concert next summer. And I was like, oh my gosh, Justin Timberlake. And Edvard was like, freeze, you look hilarious. Let me take a picture. So I held it, and he painted me.
So I wasn't even screaming.
You were just excited about Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
You like Justin Timberlake?
I love Justin Timberlake. I'm kind of like a pop culture freak. Oh my gosh, Justin Timberlake. Oh my gosh, Justin Bieber. Oh my gosh, Justin Trudeau.
You seem to have a thing for people called Justin.
I'm just excited to be one of the famous Justins.
That's understandable, I guess. What do you think about famous Chris's? Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Chris Pratt?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I find Justins in general to be better than Chris's in general.
Hey, let me hit you up with a question. In the 1996 Wes Craven slasher film Scream, the town is terrorized by a murderer by the name of Ghostface, who wears a mask based on your image in the painting The Scream. What do you think about your image being used in that way?
Didn't see it.
Really? But you've heard of it.
Not really.
Do you watch movies?
I love movies. I watch movies every day.
What are your favorite movies?
Trolls, The Social Network, Trolls World Tour.
Really? And why do you...
Justin Timberlake.
The Scream by Edvard Munch introduces your memorable face to an international audience. Tell me about your career since then.
If you want to understand my career as an artist, you have to understand my high ideals as an artist.
Okay.
After the success of The Scream,
My agent was like, hey, now you've done The Scream, how about more paintings that show your mastery of other human expressions? So we did a painting called
The Birthday Surprise, The Chortle, The Pensive Gaze. But,
Those paintings never caught on. People loved The Scream. For some reason, nobody liked the chortle.
So, you love Norman Rockwell so much. Did you ever get to pose for a Norman Rockwell painting?
almost. I got hired to play the role of a patient in a doctor's office. I was supposed to be a patient looking at the doctor's diploma on the wall,
With my pants slightly down, with a little of my backside showing.
just a little tease.
I know that painting. Isn't there a little kid in it?
That's the thing. The doctor's name was Justin. So I kept getting excited every time I'd look at the diploma. I was like, oh my gosh, Dr. Justin Thimblecrumb. And my pants kept falling down. Finally, Norman Rockwell was like, get the H. Don't remember if he said H or not. He was generally very polite. Get out of my studio, you blankety blankety blank. So I got fired by the man himself, and Norman Rockwell's son got to be in the painting instead of me.
Tragic.
So I gave up on the dream of modeling for oil paintings and decided to pursue my other passion, figure skating.
Figure skating? Tell me how that got started.
Well, it's kind of a story, but after leaving Norman Rockwell's studio, I spent the next 13 and a half years as part of the floor crew at Chipotle in Mesquite, Nevada.
Doing?
Mopping.
And that's how you started figure skating?
After 13 and a half years, I got promoted and started bussing tables.
13 years. And that's how you started figure skating?
Then, after 4 years of bussing tables, they let me start running the cash register.
4 years. Got it.
But, I don't know if you know this about working the cash register at Chipotle, but at the end of the day, you're supposed to balance your cash against the number of purchases, and you're not allowed to be off by more than $1.50.
Okay.
On my first day at the register, I was a bit off. I don't remember the exact amount, but it was $834.65.
What?
So I got fired.
That's both sad and, sad. I think you were trying to tell me how you got into professional figure skating, but you've led us down a long and possibly completely unnecessary tangent.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not very experienced at podcasting.
That's okay.
I'm nervous.
Please, don't be nervous. Just tell us how you became a professional figure skater.
Great, thank you. So, long story short, I became a professional figure skater. And the amazing thing about professional figure skating is that it's really cool. No matter what role I'm playing on an ice show, I always try to make it my own. I always like to skate around the perimeter, close to the audience, and go, ooh, 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 even when I'm told not to by the director.
Have you played a lot of roles?
listen to this.
I've played Elsa, Simba,
Scarlett O'Hara.
I played Bilbo Baggins in the 7-hour Lord of the Rings on Ice extravaganza that we performed for one night in a row in Wichita, Kansas. Last year, I played D'Artagnan in the Three Musketeers on Ice, and we just wrapped a 6-week tour
Of a production of Arthur Miller's The Crucible on Ice.
I played Elizabeth Proctor.
Incredible. You're a real Ice-capade superstar. What's on the horizon for you?
You mean on the horizon?
Sure.
We're just starting rehearsals on what will be the biggest ice performance of all time. It's an ice production of
Francis Ford Coppola's Godfathers Parts 2 and 3.
set in Elizabethan England and featuring ice choreography inspired by the late Bob Fosse. I'll be playing the role of Johnny Fontani. Much of the production, I circle the perimeter of the ice rink, going like this.
I feel like I'm seeing history in the making.
Seriously.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today, Justin. It's a pleasure talking with you. To all of our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. This is the Stripes McGraw Podcast. Join us next time when we talk to Scream Award-nominated actor for his role in 2009's Drag Me to Hell, Justin Long.
Oh my gosh, Justin Long?
The Stripes McGraw Podcast.